Hey, what's up guys? We're here in my kitchen again for another episode of Real World Meal Prep. Now this one I saw online and I had to make it. It's gonna be a cilantro honey chicken with a balsamic, roasted corn, and brown rice salsa, for lack of better terms. We're gonna jump into it. What we got is the standard. We're gonna use the brown rice instead of the white rice. Now they wanted to use barley, and I like barley, but it takes like 45 minutes to cook, and it's one of those things you just can't prep really quickly. And you know, something I like about this channel is it's quick, it's easy, and it's simple at all levels to do. And rinsing and waiting 45 minutes for that barley to cook just right does not sound very simple to me. So we're gonna go with that. We're gonna have sweet potatoes as always. Good source of those carbohydrates we're definitely used to, and that heaping portion of chicken, which is right here beside me. I've already got the grill nice and hot, ready to rock. We're gonna throw it on there, get a couple steps ahead of the game, and we're gonna start assembling this one step at a time. Catch you guys in a second. So as you can see, the sweet potatoes have been cut into little half moons. They're in here, nice uniform shape. They cook super quick. We have got the chicken, a little salt and pepper, throwing them on that 500-degree grill. I like to hit them really high, get a nice char on the outside, turn the burner down about halfway done, let them cook through. But you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna make a glaze to go on top of it. We didn't marinate the chicken. We're gonna put a glaze on it, and it's gonna be a different glaze than we've ever done. It's gonna be a honey balsamic cilantro. Now cilantro goes a long way, so we're not gonna go too heavy on it. So possible adaptations you can make for this. If you're getting sick of sweet potatoes, which frankly I'm not because I love sweet potatoes, you could throw in regular potatoes, you could throw in white sweet potatoes, you can throw in any sort of heavy starch vegetable if in fact you're trying to bulk. If you're trying to get lean, you know, start throwing in those leafy vegetables, those green beans, those beets, those simple carbs. That way, you know, you get that turn and burn if you're trying to cut. We're bulking, so we're going for those high caloric vegetables that just in our case happens to be sweet potatoes. But like I said, everything we do on this channel is infinitely adaptable. If you want something that's not on it, boom, add it onto the recipe. If you're maybe allergic to something, switch it out with something you're not allergic to. As with cooking, it's pretty much a laboratory. Make it your own and make it awesome and good for your gains. So let's start designing this glaze we're gonna do on top. Now we've made stuff with honey before, and it adds an awesome caramelization to the top of pretty much any protein source you put on it. And you know, we're gonna go pretty heavy-handed with that one. Now we can always add more of that if we want more viscosity. We're gonna throw in a little bit of red wine or balsamic vinegar in this case. Definitely adds a different characteristic to it. We're gonna add some garlic in. Garlic's always good. Black pepper. A little salt. And onion. And we're gonna throw about half that cilantro. Now I'm gonna finish the rest of that corn and red onion salsa with the brown rice. I'm gonna put a little cilantro in that just to kind of tie everything together, so we'll save a little bit off to the side, and we're gonna get this mixed up. This is gonna be our glaze we're gonna put on the top of the chicken with that last like 5 minutes left. Get a nice crispy kind of char on the outside, embed all that flavor into that chicken, making it that much better. Let's jump to it. So as you can see here, we got that nice glaze put on there. That honey made it nice and thick. It's gonna go on top of the chicken. We're gonna set that aside. We're gonna start working with the brown rice. Now, we were gonna go with barley. You know, this is just as good for our purposes, but we're not gonna make it boring. We're gonna add garlic. Now, we had garlic in here, and we had garlic that's probably gonna go on the outside of the chicken as well. We're gonna keep tying flavors in. You know, we're gonna make interesting flavors happen, and we're gonna add a little bit of this to the bottom of where the rice is gonna go. Now, bear in mind, since this is fresh garlic, it's gonna be a lot more powerful, so you don't need quite as much. And then we're gonna throw in some black pepper, some salt, and a little more of that balsamic vinegar. And then we're gonna add in pretty much the standard, which we make every single time, which as per the directions is gonna be 3 cups of rice, 3 cups of water, heat it up for 12 minutes, and then that's good. And then once we get done with there, we're gonna start working on the salsa. Catch you guys in a second. So while we wait for the rice to get done doing its thing, we're gonna start working on that salsa. We're gonna add a little bit of olive oil to the bottom of the pan that's already nice and rocket hot from those sweet potatoes, which we pulled out like 2 seconds ago. We turn the heat down to about medium because that corn will burn on that high heat that we had those sweet potatoes boiling at. And we're gonna throw in that awesome red onion. Get a nice color on that, and then we'll start to throw in the corn once we get a nice color on this. So we're starting to get a nice caramelization on those onions, and we're gonna throw in that corn. So obviously, gonna make audio really hard because the hissing sound, but it's also gonna bring down the temperature of the range. So what we're gonna do, stir this around a little bit, wait for that to come back up to temp, and we're gonna get a nice roasted flavor on this as well. Hopefully by the time that that's starting to get a nice flavor built into it, the rice, which has 6 minutes left, will be done at the same time. We'll start throwing it in together, get those flavors nice and cooperating, and then we'll start to assemble the entire dish. Catch you guys in a second. All right, so this corn salsa is starting to get pretty well cooked here. We're gonna start adding in the rest of the flavoring. We're gonna throw in the rest of that cilantro, some pepper. Remember, if you add pepper in at the beginning, it has a tendency to burn, so always play safe with that. A little bit of salt, and just a little bit of onion. Now we have onion throughout the entire dish, again tying it in, using those fancy culinary terms. And we're going to continue to get a nice char on these, get a nice roasted flavor. The rice is just about done, which is good because they'll probably be done at just the right time, which is good. You like to see coordination happen. Catch you guys in a second when we're starting to assemble all of this. So the first thing we are going to assemble, as you can see here, the corn has an awesome color on it, that really good smell of roasted onions and almost fair-like smell of the roasted corn is done. We're gonna start ladling in the rice, get everything just like super absorbed into all those flavors, get everything mingling nice and well, and we're gonna put the last amount of the glaze on the other side of the chicken, and then we're finally gonna wrap up this meal prep. Late night meal prep to boot. Let's do it. So just like that, the chicken is off the grill. We let it rest for about 5-7 minutes. Let those juices settle before you cut it. I guarantee you will have a juicier chicken breast at the end of the day. We cut it, put it in the meal prep containers, and we are all done. Never made anything with that rice and corn mixture before. Definitely fun to do. I really want to go out on a limb and make some like crazy meal preps. Let me know in the comments below on Twitter, on Instagram, if you guys want me to see super complicated ones, or if you want me to continue doing these like easy ones that any can do at home. I know there's a lot of people, maybe you're out there in that studio and you don't have access to the grill, so you don't want me to do anything crazy. Let me know. Be happy to hear those feedback. Always could use that support. Let's take a look at what we made. As you can see there, we have 2 heaping helpings of sweet potatoes. I'm gonna try to get a better carb intake going on. That's gonna be what I'm gonna do. Everything's a guessing game and a measuring game. That's what I'm going with right now. We have that perfectly cooked chicken breast right there with that honey, balsamic, and cilantro little topping, and the glaze we put on there as well. That's the meal prep. Everything said and done, it's about half a chicken breast per meal prep container. Almost a half of a sweet potato as well. Now I wasn't even gonna shoot this meal prep. I was gonna do it, hey, Thursday's my rest day. I switched it for Wednesday. Wasn't gonna put a video up today, but you know what? I'm addicted to making videos for you guys. You guys keep smashing that like button. Now the YouTube subscribers are going up. Appreciate all those guys who are subscribing. I'm seeing those comments, I'm reading those comments. Hopefully you guys like the feedback I'm giving you. And I'm trying to find more YouTubers as well to leave comments on, to continue to grow that fitness community I keep talking about over and over. Obviously, I need your guys' help. Keep spreading that word. Smash those likes, hit those retweets. Always can use that support. Make sure to smash that like button. Hit one up for those videos, that late night meal prep. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. It was a chicken with a balsamic, honey, cilantro glaze, and a mixture of corn and brown rice with a little bit of red onion in there to make a sort of quasi salsa. Definitely something different than we've made so far. Looking forward to obviously making more in the future. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. As always, take it easy.